We're Kayde and Katrina, and we spent the last year slowly building out and customizing our van, Henry.
After living in the van for a whole month, our transmission decided to go out. Just won't shift out of first. And we're still in the process of getting that figured out, so the van actually doesn't move right now, but that doesn't mean that we can't show you the inside. So let's do it. So our van is a 1991 GMC Vandura, and I actually bought this van from my high school best friend, and I was with him when he bought it in high school. So it's kind of a cool story, and it's really cool to see this van just have a whole new life given to it. I can't wait to show you the inside.
Let's start in the cab. We basically kept it completely original and didn't do any type of conversion up here. We really like the retro style and didn't want to change it. But we do have a few favorite features that I want to point out up here. One being our sunglasses slots. We each get one and it's so convenient. Another one, we did add this. It's a phone mount and it's so nice for Kayde to have so he can see his own navigation and I don't have to be telling him which way to go. Another thing that I absolutely love is this right here. It used to be a magazine rack, I believe, but we found out that maps perfectly fit in it and we think it's the coolest thing ever. So now it's our map holder. Another favorite feature of mine is the fact that my Yeti fits over here and the door slot. It's too big to fit in the cup holders, but I love having it up here as well. Kayde also stores his guitar up here when the van's parked. When it's moving, we put it on the bed. We also kind of store our Reflectix in the same way, like it'll be in a bundle up here or on the bed, depending on where we are. We cut the Reflectix for each window and we just have like normal Reflectix. We don't really consider ourselves stealthy. We try to avoid camping in towns as much as possible. If we are camping in a town, it's usually at Cracker Barrel anyway, so. Now let's move on to the living area. We redid our door panels, and one thing that was already there was a cutout slot for a fire extinguisher originally. And what I wanted to do was put a plant there. But a couple weeks before we moved into the van, I came across a video of a van that looked very similar to ours and it was on fire. So I was like, maybe the fire extinguisher is there for a reason. So safety first, we kept it. Kayde also made this incredible shoe rack for us. It fits when the doors close, it perfectly fits into this slot. And then when it opens, it's so nice because it takes all of the shoes with it, so you're not tripping over any shoes when you're trying to get out of the van. It holds a pair of boots for each of us and a pair of slips. The nice thing about it being there also is you can literally sit down on the van like it's a bench and just slip a pair of shoes on. Over on this side, we have our sticker wall. We try and get a new one from every place we go. And then on the back of the chair, we kind of have some quick grab essentials that you need. We have bear spray and bug spray. Don't get them mixed up. We also have a headlamp, and then this is Clyde's pouch of quick grab essentials. So it has his leash, poop bags, and then a run line that we like to hang up when we get to a campsite. Then you can also see that he has his water bowl there, and his food bowl is back behind here. He likes to keep it covered up, so we put it under there. We also have this flip-up table. We use this thing all the time. I love having it. You can use it on both sides. So sometimes I'll stand out here and like cut vegetables or work on my laptop, or you can sit on the inside in one of our chairs and do the same thing. Welcome in. As you can see, we can't stand up in this van. The clearance in this van is about 5 foot. I'm 5'9" and Kayde's 6 foot. So our solution for that is hidden back here. We keep these handy chairs, one for each of us. We just bust them out, and this is how we spend a majority of our time in the van, either sitting in these chairs or sleeping in the bed, laying in the bed. Behind this chair, we also keep 2 hooks where we keep like our puff jackets, raincoats, and then a hat for both of us. Up here, we have our bookshelf. Kayde gets half and I get half. Our only complaint is we wish it was bigger. Behind it, we like to keep games, so we keep chess, cards, our pocket disc, all kinds of fun things back there. And also this bookshelf is very conveniently located, and you'll understand why later. One design choice I really wanted was some macrame in the van, and so we opted for a uke holder. We don't want things to be like rattling around while we're driving, so our solution to this was to put a magnet on the back of the uke. So it just clicks onto the magnet and it stays there pretty well unless we take a curve that's really big. This is our big cabinet. I want to draw some attention to the cutest knobs in the whole world. I absolutely love them, and my mom gifted them to us. So this cabinet is the only cabinet that we have that is secured. You can't pull on it. In order to open it, you have to twist this, and you see why. All right, this is like all of our kitchen essentials. So starting from the bottom, we have our blender, which we make smoothies every single day. So that is one of the best things we have in the van. And then we have all of our pots and pans down there. On this shelf, we have our smoothie cups, a jet boil, basically all of our Tupperware, some Nalgene's and utensils. And then we also do have a magnetic knife strip that holds our knife, and that's super nice to get it up out of the way. This shelf holds all of our pantry goods, basically, and snacks. Kayde and I's intention when we were building this van is we wanted to be able to go off into the woods for a week at a time and not have to come back to town before a week was up. And so far, this cupboard has worked perfect for us. A week's worth of food fits totally perfect in here for pantry goods. The next shelf, we have our little tea station. So we keep our tea in here. We have our mugs, and then our bread perfectly fits here too. Then up here we have our baggies and our plates. And you might have noticed that we have our full-length mirror here. I really love having this mirror in the van. I knew I wanted a mirror in here, and it just makes it feel more like home for me, which those little touches anywhere really help. Let me show you the bathroom now. It's hidden down here. It's on locking slides, so the toilet doesn't just fly out when we take a turn. And honestly, like the one flaw in the whole van, which wasn't even in the build, was my design choice with the uke. Basically, when you try and put the seat up, it doesn't stay up. But when the uke's not there, it stays up. So every time we want to use it, we have to move the uke out of the way and just hook this little guy over there, and the seat stays up perfectly. We also store our toilet paper back here, and that's super nice. Keeps it out of the way. I really love having this toilet in the van. We don't use it all the time, but the time that I like to use it the most is at nighttime. Something I just absolutely do not like doing is going out in the dark, having a headlamp on, being attacked by moths, and trying to stay away from the bears and go outside. So anyways, this thing is so nice to have. The really nice thing about it too is it's very conveniently located. You have your choice of reading materials and or a great view out the window. Here's Clyde's little home that we built for him. We knew that he needed a space all on his own. What we did was we put PC fans on it, and they have a switch at the front that we can turn them on and off. They do pull the air through and out, so sometimes when you're sitting in the front seat, you get a nice whiff of dog. Also, we put these locking things on it, so you can hinge the top. And when I'm sitting in the front seat, I can check on Clyde to make sure he's not getting too hot while we're driving, or I can just see him and he can see me. He loves that, and I have access to bringing him in the front seat with me. As you can see, Clyde loves his space. On this wall, we have a plant. I really wanted to have live plants in the van. I chose not to name our plants because I honestly didn't know if they would survive. The weather can get pretty crazy in here. I mean, we've had like upwards of 90s into the hundreds, and this plant has literally survived it all. It has been such a trooper, and I think it deserves a name now. So if you have any suggestions, we would love to hear them. Leave them in the comments, please. Moving down the wall a little further, we have our fruit basket or our produce basket. It is so essential to have this thing. As you've seen, we have our cupboard pretty full, and you're about to see we have our fridge jam-packed full almost always. So this is such a good use of space. We also have our bananas under here, and we hang some more up there. We have this nice little fan that we like to use at nighttime because I have to fall asleep to the sound of a fan. Kleenex is here, and then we have a super nice big counter space. And below it, we actually have extra counter space that pulls out. It's really nice to bring your chair out and sit under it, use your computer to work at it, or we even like eating at it. Then moving a little further down, we have our fridge that's also on locking slides so it doesn't come flying out. And it's a 50-liter ice co. We love this thing. It works so perfect for us. We keep all of our condiments on this side and then we just pack it full. It's usually even fuller than this. And if you can tell, we're making stuffed peppers for supper this week. Also, if you can see behind the fridge, we have a whole bunch of electrical cords running. Basically, they run from the back of the van all the way on this side to the front of the van. All of our walls are original in this build, and our ceiling, and even the fancy camper lights that you see. So we were not able to put the wires into the wall. But what's nice is the way that we ran it along, you don't see any wires except for the ones for the fan, basically. Another thing that I'd like to point out is we have hidden back here 4 USB ports. So that's what our fan is plugged into. It is also where our phone chargers are plugged into, and this is all just kind of where we keep all of those cords, those random cords that we need to get to. You can also see that we have a plug-in. It is so cool. It's where we plug our blender into and make our smoothies every morning, all of the things like that. We also can turn our inverter on super easy with the push of a button, so we can use this plug-in anytime we want, and Kayde will tell you more about our electrical setup later. This drawer houses our garbage. It's on pull-out slides, which I love, and behind there it's just like garbage bags, a lint roller, and a vacuum charger. One thing that I didn't think about when we were doing our van build, but turned out super nice, is having a small garbage can actually. So it doesn't like start stinking, because I feel like you change it often enough that there's no smells really. And what we do is actually, like I said, we like to be out for a week at a time. So once this gets full, we take it to the back and we put it in the trash room, which Kayde will show you in a little bit. And then under there, we have my collection of vitamins. And then we have Clyde's essentials. Oop, Klyde came out to see him. So toys, treats, bones, nail clippers, all the dog essentials. Klyde knows this is his spot, by the way. And his dog food is tucked all the way back there, which is what he's checking out right now. Just making sure he's got a full bag. You good, buddy? All right, let's put it back, okay? Clyde knows his drawer. Over on this side, we have our adorable kitchen. Starting at the top, we have our spice rack. Then over here, we have a paper towel holder, which is super convenient because you can get paper towels when you're outside cooking very easily, and then also get them in here when you're cleaning. We have a really big sink, which never is this clean because we do not have enough water supply to keep it clean. But we do love having this sink and being able to do all our dishes in here, wash our hands, brush our teeth. We don't use this for drinking water, but we could. We just find that we go through the water too fast if we do that. We also have an adorable soap dispenser that does not slide around on the counter while we're driving. We have our towel rack. And what used to be up here was a string of pearls, but it took 2 tumbles, rip. So, and it did not survive the second one. So, everyone meet Tornelius. We got a new plant, and he is going to go up here, if you guys can imagine how adorable he's gonna look. But we're getting him a more secure holder versus the last one. So for now, he's going to live there until we get the holder in. We also can flip our flip-up counter up when we're inside the van. And it really doubles the space. It's amazing how often we use this thing. Under here, we have our water system. We have 2 5-gallon freshwater tanks on this side, and then over here we have 1 5-gallon gray water tank. We also keep some cleaning supplies under here, and down here is our foot pump. That's how we run our water system. We really like having a foot pump. It makes you think about how much water you're using and be so much more conscious while you're using it. We don't think we'll ever have an electric pump because we enjoy our foot pump so much. Over here is our baby drawer where we keep all of our utensils. And then this drawer is fake. All right, that's it. Let's switch spots. If you look up here, you see that we installed a max air fan in our van. We absolutely love having it. It is essential on the hot days. And now, if you look down here, you can see a mural that I painted. We really just like to add personal touches anywhere we can. It makes it feel more like home. And this is our bed. It is a full-size bed that we had to cut about like 4 or 5 inches off the end. So it's 69 inches total in length, which makes it absolutely perfect. I can lay down straight with no problems at all, but Kayde unfortunately cannot. But he still makes it work and he finds it comfortable as well. And then back here on this wall we have my calendar. And then we also have this really cool little pull down thing that keeps our pens and also just like a journal. Up here we have our toiletry cabinet. So this houses all of our toothbrushes, retainers, contact solution stuff, bathroom essentials, shampoo, conditioner, all of the bathroom essentials are in here. And as you can see, we don't have a way to keep this up, but all you gotta do is put that drawer out and it stays. Then this right here was original to the van. It is our linen closet / junk drawer. So all of our linen is on this side, towels, washcloths, you know, things like that. We keep our grocery bags here up in the front because we use them pretty often. Over on this side, it is a lot of randomness like Rubik's Cubes, laundry lines. We also have a pocket shower up here, which is how we actually shower a lot of the time, so that thing is essential. Then this up here in the front is one of our favorite things that we have in the van. It is an iPad holder that attaches here. And basically it's like a tiny TV for us in our tiny van, and we love watching Netflix on it while we lay in bed. All right, let me show you the closet now. The bed hinges and it's on hydraulics, which thank goodness, or else I would not be able to pick that up. So over here is kind of my side. These are what I store my clothes in, and then my hats are over there. I also have my book bag, which has like my laptop in it, some more clothes, and like other essentials that I need. This is our dirty laundry hamper, and it's a dog food storage container. We intentionally got it because they seal, and we don't do laundry very often. It's like once a month. So you want it to be able to seal those smells in. On this side, this is kind of Kayde's side, so we have like all of the camera gear, his backpack which has laptop and all the editing gear. We have his clothes bag, and then over on that side is where he keeps his tripod stored, which it's super dirty over there right now. We also have a vacuum cleaner somewhere down stored in here, and it looks like we need to use it. The front half of the bed is just like all of our storage that we can get to right here. And now we're gonna move to the back half where Kayde's gonna show you the garage. Kayde worked out for the first time in a long time, and you can tell by the way he's moving around. He's pretty sore.
Okay, here we are at the back of the van. This is my portion of the tour. So this is our Rocky Mounts bike rack. It is awesome because it actually swivels away from the van, like so. And we got this because we have the barn doors on the back of our van, and we keep a lot of stuff back here, so we need to be able to access it whenever we want. So welcome to our garage. I'm just gonna kind of run through everything that we have back here. I'm gonna start with the door panels. We redid these along with the ones on the side of the van, and they're cedar panels, super awesome. Have these little cargo nets on the side, so these are like bug nets that we can hang up on the windows. And this one has our Starlink cable. We recently got Starlink right before our transmission died, so we haven't got to use it very often, but that's there so we can use it when we're traveling again. And another thing on this side, this is a bottle opener. Kind of cool. This actually came with the original conversion from 1991, so it's really cool. And my buddy that I bought the van from, we put this on together as like a final touch, so it's kind of a special little thing. Never used it, but it's pretty cool. Okay, so back here we have our 7-gallon stainless steel water container. This is what we use for our drinking water. So to get to it, we just take out our tool bag. So this just has like tools and extra oil and a bunch of random stuff that you should always have. Then we got to take out our levelers. So these are just little blocks that you can park on to change how your van is sitting to get a more level sleeping spot. So these are essential. Just take these out and then we can slide our water out to here and then fill it up right here. And we just take this into grocery stores and fill it up in the like filtered water thingies, and we kind of get some funny looks because it looks like we're catering a party or something, but it is awesome. We love it. So other things that we have back here, this is our camp stove. So we don't have a way to cook in the van, which I don't think we would like it if we did anyway, so we just have to set this up when we want to cook. And this tote just has a bunch of random stuff in it. It's kind of like a utility tote, so it's got like our water filter, toilet treatment stuff, propane, car jack, stuff like that. Also back there we have a little buddy heater, Mr. Buddy Heater. We've never used it, but we just got it just in case it gets cold. But it's been like 100 degrees ever since we left, so I don't know if we'll need it anytime soon. Okay, so on this side we have my hiking boots, a little camp table that we set up. It's got like a roll top, and we set that up to cook on and just whatever else outside. We have a little cheap $30 tent that we set up to basically just save our spot, or it's kind of like our guest bedroom if we ever have guests, which we never do, so that's that. We also have a yoga mat. Usually there's 2, some hiking poles, and there's our Starlink satellite dish thing that we haven't really got to use yet. And then on this side, this is where our electrical system lives. So I'm not gonna run through everything because I just made a video that goes through the entire system. So you can click on the link up here if you want to check that out. Basically, we have a Battleborn 100 amp hour lithium battery and a 1000 watt inverter, and then we also have 200 watts of solar panels on the top. On top of that, we can also charge from the alternator when the van's driving. So that's just a little bit of a rundown of our electrical system. It does everything we need. It's great. It keeps our phones charged, it runs the fan, the fridge, Clyde's fans, we can run our blender, all that stuff. So here's a cool little feature that came with the original conversion. There's a little control panel right here. You can unlock and lock the doors from right here. So when we're laying in bed, I can just reach over and lock the doors, which is really awesome. The other 2 switches don't work anymore, so we don't use those ones. And one thing I'm told I forgot is our trasharoo. So it's just basically a dumpster can for a van. It's like that's actually good marketing. They should use that. Van dumpster cans. So it's just like a external trash bag. So when we fill up our little tiny trash bags, we can put them all in here. And whenever we get somewhere where we can dump them, we just take them all out and dump them. And it's really awesome to be able to have somewhere to store trash that's not inside the van so it doesn't stink and stuff. We also store, like, whenever we have wet clothes, we'll put them in there until we can dry them, or like wet shoes or whatever on the outside. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
All right, that's it for our van tour. Thanks for checking it out. If you have any questions that we didn't answer, go ahead and just comment them below and we will make sure to answer all of those. Also, we post new videos every Sunday, so make sure you subscribe and we will see you next week.
Van tour!